I'm going to try and make this brief, but I probably won't because I got a lot to say. And, so I waited months to see this movie because at first I was not interested in seeing this movie, Birds of Prey, at all. And then after the movie's release, I had people telling me that it was terrible, offensive, boring, and more boring. And I would have to say, after viewing this stupid ass movie, it's all of the above. Now, I was warned not to see it, warned about it. And compared to The Last Jedi, when I was warned that The Last Jedi might not be what you want. And I didn't believe people before I saw it. And unfortunately, they was right. So this time around, people said Birds of Prey is dog garbage, dog poop, whatever. I said, yeah, I believe you. But I'm gonna see it for myself anyway. Just to see how bad it is. And it's terrible. Real terrible. Where should I begin with this fool? I'm not gonna go through the whole course of the movie. I'm just gonna talk about some of the characters in this movie. Harley Quinn did not seem like Harley Quinn. Too much. This is what Harley Quinn felt like throughout this whole movie. She felt like one of these, I can't call him one of these millennials because I don't consider it to be one, but I don't think like most millennials do. They call this, she looks, they try to put the whole millennial breakup, crap, bull crap in it the whole entire time. Man bad, good, you left them all that dumb stuff in it. It's just like, some of that is true in the comics, but they made it too much of a point in the movie. More than actually trying to make it based on some superhero type stuff. You know what I mean? It just didn't feel like Harley Quinn. Harley Quinn was not Harley Quinn, just in name. That's all it was. It seemed like some dumbass millennial chick dressed in all kinds of stupid stuff, just running around town, just acting stupid. That's all it seemed like to me. Nothing about Harley Quinn was it. And as I go down the list of the other characters in the movie, I'll say the best for last. Cassandra Cain did not seem like Cassandra Cain. Just some bratty kid. Bratty kid. I'm like, do you guys know that this child is the daughter of David Cain and Lady Shiva? Probably one of the most dangerous people in DC Comics. I guess they didn't really know that. Her mother's Lady Shiva, people. League of Assassins, one of the best martial artists in DC Comics. Next to Bronze Tiger, Batman, a whole bunch of other people. I can go down the whole long list. She even rivaled Batman. Even put Batman, not in this place, but helped Batman get back together as far as his fighting skills after Bane broke his back after Nightfall. No mentions of that. There was some mentions that her parents were arguing, but maybe it could have been false parents. Who knows? And at the end, spoiler alert, I guess Harley Quinn goes into the sunset with Cassandra Cain as her, what do they call it? I'll just say apprentice. I'm like, no, that's not how that happens. Cassandra Cain goes under the tutelage of Bruce Wayne and becomes good friends with Tim Drake, and eventually becomes a Batgirl and all that other good stuff. That didn't happen, of course. I know, different from, I know some of the movies have, I would say came too far away from what the source material is, but at least make it close to source material. And then we keep going down the list. Who else is in this dumb movie that I can't even think of right now? And then we had the Huntress. Whatever her name is, that played in that dumbass movie I saw a couple years ago. I can't even think of that dumbass movie I saw. Not Cloverfield. Not the second Cloverfield. She was in there, but what's that? Scott Pilgrim? Is it Scott Pilgrim? Yeah, that stupid ass Scott Pilgrim movie. But anyways, I forgot her name. I'm gonna call her Ewan McGregor's side chick at the time. Now they're dating. They could have used somebody else to play Huntress. But if they had to use her, at least don't make her. To me, she didn't look anything like the Huntress. At least if you're gonna have these characters look like what they look like in the comics, at least have some type of something that makes them look closer to the comics. Huntress, nothing. I didn't even know who that was at first until they start saying her name. I knew who it was, but it just didn't feel like her at all. At least they kept some of the backstory. She's probably the least offensive. But her appearance just made her, I want to say, a little bit too mannish for me. If you look at Huntress in the comic books, you'll get what I'm saying. And then we get Renee Montoya. She was like Harley Quinn. She was a character that was made in the Batman animated series. Yeah, but dealing with her and the whole Gotham Police Department. No, I'll say what I had to say about the whole Gotham Police Department later, because it connects what I had to say at the end with the best for last. But I didn't like that whole story around her. I think her character's, I would say, the closest to, but it's whatever. I didn't really care. And I just know that eventually she becomes girlfriends with Batwoman, and she also becomes the Question in the comics too. But anyways, enough about it. And Black Canary. I'm gonna get on Black Canary. Black Canary did not seem like Black Canary, so that's nothing to do with race. It's just none of these characters don't have any resemblance to what they are in the comic books. They pick and choose what they wanted to use. They really did. They just used the names, basically. They used the names and made a fool out of them. And people say, "Oh, you just man hating." No, I'm not man hating, but woman hating. No, I'm not woman hating films. This has nothing to do with that. I'm saying that none of these characters, these are female characters from the comics, they were not themselves in this movie. There wasn't anywhere close to them, just only by name. And that's a problem. It really is. They didn't even feel like the characters they was in the comic books. Those that get down the line, we get to Victor Souse and Black Mass, which was some vibes there. You can do what you ever do in your life. I don't care if you, whatever you choose to love, but there was some vibes there. But outside of that, those two weren't what they are in the comic books. They tried to with Black Mass, but Black Mass pretty much has that mask on for most of the time. Not just half of the time or 20% of the time. And I don't have any problems with Ewan McGregor. He's forever Obi-Wan in my book, next to Alec Guinness. But both him and Zas was not intimidating like they are in the comic books. Zas is a serial killer. Almost a mindless serial killer. Almost a freaking, something you don't want to see on the street. In this movie, Zas looked like some beta soy boy cut playing soccer somewhere. That's what he reminded me of. That's what he looked like. The only resemblance to him was probably the cuts they had all over his body, but other than that, just the name once again. It wasn't scary enough. Didn't made me know that was Zal, because I didn't know who that was at first until they started. Then I got the connection with like 20, 30, whatever. How many minutes into this movie it was. And Black Mass, like I said, he wasn't that intimidating. He was just Black Mass in name. That's all he was. He was a buffoon. And they killed him off, spoiler alert. They killed him off way too easily. And everything about this movie is stupid. Like the beginning, they try to explain Harley Quinn's background and all. It was just stupid. It was boring. It just dragged on. And like I said, they killed Black Mask, so the Batman will ever return, was ever to return, there's no Black Mask. There isn't. It's like we want to see Black Mask go against Batman, not Harley Quinn and the so-called Birds of Prey, which they even seem like birds. You know what the Birds of Prey are really in the comic books? There's an Oracle, Batgirl. There is a Huntress. There's a Black Canary. You get that right. But that didn't even seem like it was Birds of Prey. Nothing about this movie seemed anything close to what it is in the comic books. I go to the movies, especially comic book movies, to watch these characters that I read in comic books to be seen on the screen, at least act somewhat close to that. In this movie, none of that happened. What is this freaking... I don't know, of course this was a very femme movie. But seriously, when are we gonna end this whole beating down the men in movies like this? Making the male characters stupid, which happened in the Gotham PD. They made them, this is either they made them stupid, weak, or of course too toxic. When is this gonna end? Does it end when the studios lose money? But then again, people like Disney, studios like Disney, they don't really care about losing money, as long as they get the message out there. Or so what? It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. You'd think by now that some of these studios would get it that, oh, maybe this won't work because probably half our audiences, are going to be men. So if we put men bashing in these movies, well, they probably won't come, but let's do it anyway. Like I saw not to go off on a tangent, but I saw Black Christmas earlier this week. And it was terrible. It was a terrorist attack on my soul. And into my intelligence. It's like Universal, because Universal and Blumhouse was behind this. It's like, Universal, why would you do this? Whoever greenlighted this needs to be, I don't know, tied up to a horse or something, dragged by a horse. I don't know, because this is stupid. It's ridiculous. I had to watch Black Christmas for a friend's podcast because it was the topic of the hour, but I don't get it. I just don't get it. I don't get why they keep doing this. It's funny. Now when they announce movies, they need it's female centric. Why don't you just say, we need a female lead in this movie? Why don't you just say that? Or a female actress for this movie. Why does it have to say female centric? You're already losing half of your audience right there when you say that. Because men already feel scrutinized already when it comes to watching movies. So, it's stupid. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Say something in the comments below. I'm done. Birds of Prey, I give this movie 3 out of 10. Utter dog booty. That's what it was.